was I'm collecting um, info because there's stuff out there that has to do with these practices in addition to what's in the book. And while we won't necessarily have to do everything they say, I think using the text as the grounded spot we move from will put everybody on the same page. And then if somebody else goes, wow, I've got this thing and it's pretty, I found this and it works pretty good.
Well, you can get it paper, but I'm just looking on the website page I sent to you on Amazon. It's only $13 paperback, but it's 20, well, and it's $22 in a Kindle format. But I saw it somewhere in an EPUB format, I thought, but I'm not sure where.
And is that not this link that you've pasted?
Yeah, that's the link to Amazon.
And so on I'll just click it and we'll see here.
You got to just do a Google search. Several of them come up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so it's not hard to find. And when I clicked on it, it said purchase date 2025. So that's a good link there. Okay. So so here's what happened is I found this in addition to finding the book. I started collecting ideas for how to go about this. One of the things I found was that somebody put out this huge, box full of stuff for just this book. Integral.
Well, I think that came out before the book, Larry.
It did? So it's got nothing, it's not.
Well, it does, but I think it came out before the book, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
It's old. Let's see what it says here. It was $249 new, 2006.
Wow.
So it was before the book. The book was
CD. Is it CD-ROMs?
It's
CD-ROMs. It came with DVDs. Yeah, CD-ROMs, and it had a few. It had practices on there.
Audio and 4 CD-ROMs in a bound thing. And the CD-ROMs all have to do, one is the whole AQUAL thing, then 3-body workout, the 3-2-1 process. These are all stuff they talk about in the book. And a big mind lecture with Jumpo Roshi. That's not Jumpo, by the way. It's with a G. I'm playing catch up here because all this stuff happened 20 years before I was in Integral.
Well, that 3-body workout, is that the Terry Patten one? Because I think I have that, I've been accessing that online for several years now. It's so funny.
Oh, it's possible. It says with Huy Lam, Terry Patten, and Rob
does the voice. Yeah, the one guy's doing the moves and Terry Patten is doing the narration on it. It's a great workout. It's it's very accessible.
So what I'm doing is I'm taking all this material and I'm digitizing it onto, right now I'm just dumping all this stuff from the CD-ROMs and stuff onto my hard drive on my computer. And then I'm going to put it on a website or some Google Drive or someplace where the 8 of us can access it, to access all these things. And the alternative, of course, is if they're already out there, like you say, then I would want that link too, so that other people can have that as an option too.
I realized that was through Integral Life that I had access to that, because I don't have a membership anymore, but let's see. Oh no, I think it's open access, it seems like.
I'm pretty sure you can access the lectures that Terry Patten and Ken Wilber, or the dialogues that there's 5 dialogues that are on SoundCloud, which can be accessed through Integral Life on the practices page where this book is pictured.
Okay,
And when they click on that, it brings you to 5 1-hour audio presentations.
with Terry
Each
and Ken.
one is an overview, yeah. And then there's 4, each having to do with the 4 major modules that are in the book.
Well, I put the 3-body workout link from Integral Life in the chat, just so you have that one as well.
Okay. Yeah, let me just click that and see what happens here. Oh yeah, 3-body workout under membership. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
it comes up,
Oh,
is it accessible?
it's well, the page it brought up asks me for a login, so it
Oh,
brought up a page,
interesting.
uh, and I'm already logged in on a different one, I think. But anyhow, so it says August 5th, 2021, 3-body workout practice, long form. Okay, we got these videos. So what I'll do is I'll check and make sure that this is in fact the same thing. I highly expect it to be. And
I think it might be a glitch. Like, because I saved that when I still had a membership, so I don't know. Um,
oftentimes
yeah.
I'll go to Integral Life and I can tell that it's like it'll say, would you like to be a member and get more of this? And I just look in the upper right hand corner and it says login. And when I do my login, the word login changes to something else like member benefits or something like that. Uh, so that the idea here being to um, collect all the resources that we could use uh, and uh, have it kind of in one place. Uh, Another thing that I thought of was uh, I don't know about you, but sometimes it's interesting to have discussions in between the 1 month meetings. Somebody has questions, somebody wants to dig deeper. And to do that on email could be problematical for some people. Now, what I did is a couple of different times I've done meetings, and the Integral folks have used this program called Discord. And it's okay, you're nodding. Like a WhatsApp or some kind of thing where people can communicate and post stuff. Uh, and so I set up a Discord thing that I'm going to send an email invitation to after this. I've got all the emails from Bet, and so I'll send that out along with these links. I'll kind of just make a whole um, access stuff, a page of links to click on and stuff for that. And then I'll have this other stuff from the Integral Life Practice book. Um, I'll find out what's the same as what's up there, and then what I've got that's different. And with all that in mind, we'll have plenty of resources to dig in. But the book, I'm sure, is sufficient. I just like it. I mean, it was so thrilling for me when I found that Terry and Ken talking about this book for 5 hours on each of the major topics. It was like, yeah, I want to watch the movie. I'll take the movie over reading the book every day at school. So, at least at first, it's a great panorama giver to have that. So the other thing is that I went through a lot of the book, and I realized that everybody may want to start on um, a different thing, and like somebody may want to work on their shadow right off the bat. And somebody may want to work on their physical stuff right off the bat. Somebody may want to do meditation mostly, and some people may want to um, learn something. They've got a project to learn. So mind, body, spirit, and shadow are all different major categories of stuff that can be concentrated on. In addition, the practices that are listed in the book have, and Ed, maybe you'd want to talk about this some too, with it, because maybe you've done some of these. They have these like 1 minute modules that you can do even if you're having a busy day, just so you can, put the mark on the board that you scored, for the day. I did my 1 minute meditation. Yeah, it's not great, but not as great as 40 minutes, on the seat, but I did it. And I think that that's real. Have you tried any of those exercises, Ed? Have you gone from
Years
okay.
ago, but what you brought to mind is some is better than none. And, and so, uh, uh, I used to have, God, stuff taped to my refrigerator, over top the range top. I'd have something stuck there, some affirmation and things like that. And, I just, I have practices that I do, but I've got to get back on the, back on the wagon, back on the horse, whatever you want to call it. I got to get back to lifting, to going to the gym. I don't know about lifting anymore, but I got to get back to going to the gym. I got to get my diet straightened out. It's the whole idea is to do all 4 quadrants. So what I'm looking for here is the incentive in a group. I'm looking for some more external constraints that makes
Yes.
because I can't build I can't, it's easier with a group and the group kind of constraints than to have to rely on my own willpower, which, the older I get, I go, do I really need to do that today? Yeah, maybe I'll get some enthusiasm back, something like that. And, I got the book on my iPad. I got the book on, the book, uh, I, I don't know. Like I said, I'm here for now I got 2 reasons to be here: curiosity and support.
Uh, this is there's I'm a workshop junkie, self-confessed, for many years, and so I've had lots of tricks thrown at me, and I'm going to sprinkle a few in, but there's only one that I think I really want to do without a doubt. Um, and that's that it has to do with and it's an accountability exercise, and I believe where did I print that? Well, I thought I had printed it. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, so so I have it written here. We will develop a brief report practice where everyone takes a turn itemizing what they committed to last month. This could be 1 to 3 things, and what actions, if any, they took, followed by the commitments for the following month. So at maybe like halfway through each hourly session, we'll have this little exercise. It's like, where I'll model it for you. It's like, all right, last month I said I was going to read the entire book. I didn't. I am going to next week, or for next time, I'm going to read chapter 4. And that's it. No apologies, no jacking around. Um,
Well, what
to,
about, I'm just
yeah.
wondering, I mean, I think it's fair to say, like, yes, you did or didn't do something. I think celebrating what you did is good. What is exciting you about it? Like how something's showing up in uh other ways in your life. Sometimes certain themes end up coming up in your life. Um, and I encourage us to do some of the homework like together. Like either I think
Oh,
taking that mind, doing a minute meditation just to start the month meeting, or People can sign up to do like a somatic or breathing technique that they've been enjoying, or I don't know, just sharing
Yes.
practices like that. And like, I really believe in doing the homework in class. It partially, just little things, because it encourages us. It's like, okay, like you were saying, Edward, like when you have that group, it's like, okay, we can take a minute together, and then hopefully the next time you have a minute, you'll do it on your own.
So we could decide, okay, next time we're going to do this exercise on page XXX, and it'll happen as part of the thing, and then we'll just, and if somebody wants to lead that, if somebody's got a thing in particular, they can lead it, so we can work together on that. The reason why I'm suggesting this little unit of this is what I said, this is what I did or didn't, or did I or didn't I do it, and here's what's next, is that it has to do with a concept I learned in a thing called ontological design a long time ago. The concept of dignity, in the sense that dignity is about the relationship between your actions and your values. So, or what I say I do, what I say and what I do, right? So, if and the beauty of this concept, the way I was taught of it, is that if you're having a problem with dignity, it's going to be a problem with either my actions or what I say, who I say I am. It's my talk and the walk, right? It's those two things. So, the beauty is you can adjust either. So if I come into this thing and I'm all rock and roll and I'm getting ready to read this whole book, and then the relatives come from out of town unannounced and I don't finish it, well, that happened. But nobody's got to hear about all this. But saying excuses, it's like we used to say, do you have results or do you have reasons for us today? So
I like
it's
that. Results
really
or reasons.
results.
I think that that's a great value, and it serves a lot of purpose, and for belonging, like people not like feeling like I want people to show up even if they didn't do the homework, kind of thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's like, even if you didn't do all your homework, come and see what you contribute, and hopefully it gets you like, I just don't want people to have to feel bad for not, you know, it's like
Yes, and I want to make sure that if
showing
I'm,
up to themselves. It's like, obviously they're probably already feeling pretty bad about it anyways, if they're
well,
not
certainly, go ahead.
doing it.
I got my car in the shop, so I gotta go off and make, and take care of it. But okay, so I'm committing that I'm gonna go to the gym at least 3 days a week,
That's a big
right?
one.
So that's part of it. That's the body part. Then I'm gonna meditate not less than 6 days a week. So at least, just about every day I'm committing to meditate, which I already do. So that's not too hard. But
That's
the
no problem.
meditation.
I want to encourage people that if you see something in this book you're already doing, by all means, list all your stuff and just
Yeah,
say that, and
yeah,
you're home free for the month. You
right.
know, sure you want to read the book, but that's
Yeah, yeah.
the
Well, I'm
start.
going to read the book
Set
again
yourself up
because
to win. Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so I'm going to commit to those two things. And as far as
Hmm.
I can say for the mind module, I'm going to finish. I've got about, let's just say I've got a lot of books on my iPad that I have not finished reading. So I'm going to finish at least one book, not less than one book. So that I'm making it easy for myself. So that gets to mind. And for so I got spirit, meditation, mind, the gym, and what's a community kind of thing I can do?
Oh,
You
I don't
showed
know.
up to this
haven't even
group.
gotten to that
I'll
specific.
visit some friends or something, or I don't know. I'll do some. I'll figure something out there.
Yeah,
So
you
no, I'll
don't
just
have to.
commit to the three. The three I'll commit to. That's enough. And so I'll see you guys. See you in a month. Send me the thing out. And
Yes, and don't hesitate to email me or call me about anything. Okay,
okay, cool.
we're just getting rolling. So I'm really into it. So I'm thinking about it every day. And if I get phone calls, it's just more inspiring. It's not a pain in the ass at all. Okay. So
Okay.
I go. You got to go. So
Okay.
okay.
Bye.
All right.
Good to meet you, Tiffany. Good to see you, Larry.
Okay. All right. So I like your I like you pointing out that it's quite possible that a person might very well go, oh my God, I didn't do anything. Well, I'm not going to call. I'm not going to get on the call and say I didn't do anything. I better just not go, you know?
Yeah, I think if we could just make it, encourage people that it's like, even if you didn't formally do anything, come to the group, it's like, it's just a disclaimer that it's like no pressure. Cause like if the whole point of what you're saying is to not carry the shame or like create excuses about it, to just like build accountability and dignity. And
And
yeah,
design doable lists.
right.
You
Yeah,
know, just
yeah.
like he bit off a lot today for somebody who hasn't,
Right.
first
Well,
day.
he said he meditates already, so that's fair. Going to the gym 3 days a week is I don't know how much he goes now, but um yeah, I think it's some people like to set big goals, some people want to set smaller goals and
Right, right.
um
What I'm aiming for here is for people to discover what's realistic goals for them.
right. Yeah.
When it's like somebody said, I believe in achievable goals and in achieving them.
Yeah, and I like your idea about making it kind of flexible to where people want to start. Like, I think that, there might be people who want to just like work through the book, but maybe it just makes more sense that we kind of draw from different parts. Like, maybe you can
And
bring some, like kind of do highlights on each chapter, but then we can, people will go about it as they need to, depending on what they're working on.
well, the thing that I wanted people to do first off is really just to read the the intro and the beginning stuff up until through chapter 3, which is a total of 40 pages.
Oh, okay.
So it's about a page a day. But to and it's right after those 40 pages that they start with the 4 modules, starting with
Okay,
the
I get
shadow
it.
module.
Mhm.
So what what happens at the beginning of the book, and I wanted to make it a point to encourage people to do that. Somebody's saying, well, hell with all the intro and all that stuff. Just get me to the meat and potatoes. But the how they frame what we're doing, I thought was very important. And thoughts that they were bringing up, like, you don't need to pressure yourself. You want to be able to insert these things into your day as it already is. And if you can start widening your time in those little spots, that's great.
Yeah.
If a hole opens up and you fill it with an integral thing that used to be a, you know, summer camp or something, and now you're not doing it, that's great. But the idea is, I believe that it's not easy to make a habit, and we need to do everything we can into including making our new habits as easy as possible and then expand on them. So I might meditate for 5 minutes, and then the next, maybe after a week, I thought this is a piece of cake. I'm going to just jump into 20. But if I start with an hour and I'm fidgeting and jumping, if I overcommitting is a mistake. That needs to be learned to not do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Um, yeah, no, that all sounds really useful. I also like the idea of reading aloud. Like, I mean, we could like do some reading together. Like,
Hmm.
it could be in the in between weeks or something. But you know, even having, yeah, a weekly group where we get together and work on the homework or
Would you be, would you be open to meetings more than once a month then?
well, so okay, so they're still gonna have the two ILEA calls. There's a writing group, right? And then there's the
There's a writing
meetings,
group in the first month,
and then
then
there's the pod.
and then there's both
So now
Scott.
there's three. There's three ILEA offerings every month, and then so you're maybe like every 2 weeks, maybe like a bi-weekly thing. Um,
And
like
we
one
could do
like
that.
a working group type, you know, like one day is a working group, one day is um
Discussion, reading, and
yeah,
support.
discussion. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, so
And you could, you know, people that could kind of be the working group space could kind of be self ran, so you didn't have to, you know, support everything, you know, it's like it wouldn't just be on you as a group. We could support, you know.
mhm.
Um
So uh we could, without having to involve Ilea in the details of that, we can just keep that. We're always going to meet on the second Monday of the month. And by the way, if you want to show up on Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock, that's when we all agreed we could make it for the mid-month
meet up.
review.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can plan it at that monthly meeting. We say we have everybody look at their calendars, just take a couple minutes to be like midday, you know, if whoever wants to participate in that, we could do a quick calendar check and
If that was the case. What I'm thinking of here is to start lining things up for people to agree with or say I can't make it, but at least it's something to hang on to.
gauge an
So,
interest. Yeah, exactly. Just gauge the like, you know, obviously people are hit or miss today. Is you're planning on doing this like this is an ongoing group. Is that my understanding? Okay.
mhm.
So and then so once we work through the book, we'll either can go back through the book or we'll go into a different text. Is that the idea?
Yeah, and this, if we're only going, if we only do one chapter per month, and we have 1 month from today as the first, as chapter 4 of going into shadow, and that's assuming that we start reading the book up to that for this month. We're projecting now 6 months it's taken us to just get through the 4 basic modules.
Oh,
So it can take a while to do that, and that's fine. And and probably I like this idea of what we're going to do is, well, I was thinking of this in terms of supplying questions, like reading the stuff ahead of time, and then I would come up prepared to say, read with the following things in mind. And
mhm.
then and I would just pull the main claims. What do they mean when they say you'll turn into God when this happens? Or what do they, or how, whatever questions what that could be gleaned from the text itself to use as study guide questions, you might say.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a cool idea. And then you can, you know, if you're like, okay, I've done a few of, you know, given a few examples or, you know, shown a format of how somebody can do this. And then somebody else in the group might want to do a chapter where they, you know, come up with the, you know, it might, you can kind of set the example. And then if other people want to learn to also facilitate that way, you know, we can, maybe this group will branch off too. We'll see
Mm.
um, how people are looking to use this because you could do this in a lot of different formats, you could do this like as a small in-person group. You could potentially do something similar, with different communities if it becomes, yeah.
Well, I know that Bet wants to have lots and lots of these pods, and maybe for all kinds of different things. Um, not this in particular. Um, but I really want to have an integral life. When I was 10 years old, I had a Catholic life. There were things that I did just automatically that were part of my dance as a Catholic person.
Yeah.
Now, as an integral person, I want to know what this new dance step is, and I want to start dancing. I want to be able to look at the world and go, yes, this is consistent with what I think and believe.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
and
Yeah.
now I got a bigger picture, and the picture makes sense. Uh, Filling in the holes in the cheese.
Yeah. I'm surprised there hasn't been more signups for the ILEA after the Embodied. Like there was a lot of excitement. So I wonder, how we continue to bridge that, the time and space in between conferences, gatherings, it's like building up these either local groups, like there's San
Mm.
Diego Integral. We hope to get something going in the Bay again, obviously. There in Colorado, you have Boulder, Denver, activities going on. So yeah, I want it to be more broad. Honestly, I haven't been reading a lot of like I haven't read a lot of Ken Wilber in the last several years. Like I came into Integral via Ken Wilber, but I'm more in the Sri Aurobindo Integral world, because that's what my institution is based in, and so that's where most of my study on Integral has been in the last couple years, because my dissertation is directly about Integral from that framework. But um yeah, I think that there's a lot of value in the work of Ken Wilber, and um I'm just always interested to see how we continue to cultivate these conversations and communities of practice. And
Are
so
you
yeah.
working on a doctorate in this now, or this is what
Yeah,
you?
yeah, this
Oh,
I'm trying to wrap it. Well, my research is on student loan debt. I mean, my research is about debt, but within that, I've been in an institution that is integral, that holds, hold like values around pedagogy and ontology that, are about what Ken Wilber talks about, what are about what integral is, this, you know, full being and interconnectedness of all existence and creativity and belief and culture and all these, where it all comes from and where it all fits into to our understanding of life. So it's fascinating stuff, and um, I'm excited for this group. So thank you for pulling it together and bringing people together under the curiosity and the desire to practice and be in community. I'm supposed to be getting with Karen, and Roger Walsh is having a party in a couple weeks. He's based here in Marin, just north of San Francisco. Roger Walsh, you're familiar with Ken Wilber's buddy, Roger Walsh.
I don't know him personally, but
Okay, you might.
I
Okay, I think he was at Icon. He's big, tall, older guy with a usually had a seat cushion with him. Anyways, he gave one of the talks too, one of the keynotes. He's having a party in a couple weeks, and so Karen and I are gonna go. We'll see if Bet.
now you mean Karen Boheris?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, she was going to be on this call today too. It's a little surprising.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
don't know what's going on.
she had registered for it, and then they changed the link, and then Bet sent an email to Karen saying, "Hey, you need to re-register." But if she didn't get that email yet, I don't know, because people
Oh, yeah.
are all over the map on their email. I'm 3 or 4 times a day. It's my main communication thing. But other people with teenagers text all the time,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's what I put on the page for describing the course. And so I thought this through. So I'm sticking to this as my I'm willing to take criticism on this wording. Okay. So the kickoff meeting, I say some people actively contribute to the integral discourse as authors, therapists, and coaches. Others are fans who enjoy reading about it, but may not be focused on applying it in structured ways. The Integral Life Practices Support Group, us, is for those who want to bring integral theory into their daily lives through practical shifts, embodied practices, and shared accountability. So that's how I'm painting this thing. I didn't say we're all going to get together and shoot the shit, but not really do anything. Okay. I've been in a lot of those groups. They're fun, but I'm not doing
Yeah.
that. Okay. So this support pod will aim for the following. We'll use the book by these guys as the guide. And then there's the accountability thing that I wanted to do, which I read already. And then the third thing was conversations in the spirit of playing catch and not dodgeball.
Yeah.
Okay. Standard integral community courtesy and co-creation. We'll be sharing our strategies, inviting constructive feedback, and uncovering our mutual blind spots. And that's how I see this. So do you want to add or subtract anything from that?
I think it's a great container. It's an excellent place
Thank you.
to,
That's what I'm trying to do, is make a container here. So that being the case, what I'm going to do then is I mean, this was on the ILEA page that put it up there, but I made a document for it. So I can send that out to people with these links that we just got together here. And I'll just say for next time, get the book, read up to page 40. Be prepared to discuss and here's some questions to guide your reading. Okay.
wonderful.
And then and whatever happens. And we should be so lucky as to have to break into groups because there's so many people, and right now, the less people there are, the more input those people have in the design. So too many cooks is maybe I mean, is we won't have to worry about that anyway. So if and finally, I would just like to know if there's anything else that you in particular thought of, anything you wanted to particularly focus on, something you'd want the group to know about, which at the moment is just me, but any passion that you got, oh God, man, I really want to do this mind section here or something like that, anything in particular that you're jazzed about employing this hour a month for.
I think that this will serve as a really helpful, just like assessment for me, like in where I am with my dissertation. I feel like kind of going through this workbook and everything I'm just going to use it as an opportunity to reflect on where I'm at. And because the whole point of my project, I wanted to have a very, holistic, well-rounded expression of what I've been doing over the last 10 years around this subject. And so, yeah, I'm really trying to practice, live into what I'm writing about. It's like really trying to bring this project through in an integral way, really trying to practice what I'm, not just intellectualizing and theorizing, but this is very lived, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's our book about skydiving,
yeah.
but we'll also jump out of planes.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think that that'll be really helpful. So I'll probably just get the ebook because I'm already carrying a lot of books. So I think that'll be good for now. Um, and then we'll go from there. I didn't read into anything. Honestly, I was pretty unprepared coming into. I saw your email yesterday, and I read, I think, part of it, and then got distracted. So I just showed up, and I'm glad I did. So thank you for, like I said,
All right.
putting things together and putting the intention and the call out. And I guess I'll just plan to. Um, kind of see where the next one where people are by the next month when we meet. I'll do my due diligence, and we'll see
Yeah,
what
I like the
happens.
idea of being at the party and saying, hey, we're doing this, and here's the here's my card with the link or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'll if I can either take down people's emails and connect them in if they're not already signed up for ILEA, I'll spread the word there, and we
Mhm.
can
And I think
yeah.
somebody's having a party here in Boulder in another few weeks. So I could now you've given me that idea that I can uh, plug that in a little bit too.
It would be kinda neat to have little ILEA cards. I actually have them for another organization I work with, and it's a QR code on a business card,
Perfect, right. And
and
then
it
you give them
goes
the
to a
QR
link
code and it takes them right to the
in
Ilya.
Discord, or, we can have different links on there even, it's like takes them to the ILEA, takes them to our Discord, stuff like that, so
Yeah, I do that on my own biz cards right now, so I know how to do that already. Yeah. Okay. Also, anything else that you think of on the side? For example, people like to bow in and bow out. Maybe we'll want to have a practice for that. You
yeah,
know, that
yeah,
uh, get clicking the container shut, kind of a thing, and opening it back up again.
yeah,
All right, I think that's enough. That's so 40 in the book.
that
I will send out an email with these links. And also, don't be shy. Call me, write to me. You're not taking me away from anything. All
alright.
I do is play a couple of jobs, play the piano for a bunch of old people twice a day. And the rest of the time, I'm a maniac with this stuff. So,
Well, I've been checking out. I've seen some of your YouTubes. I love the energy you bring, and I'm so grateful that you're out there bringing joy and music to people. That is really important. So, thanks, Larry. I'll talk to you soon.
okay. Thanks for showing up. See you
Yeah.
later. Bye
Bye.
bye. And